Hey everyone, Simon here. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the techniques that I use to win at the slots. Now, I made a video a few days ago about showing you in real time how using your lucky times can help you uh, get the most out of any event. And now, of course, I'm testing it on slots, but this has to do with anything in your life, whether you're asking a girl on a date or a guy on a date, or you're applying for a job, or anything for that matter. Okay, so this, I'm testing it on this because it gives you immediate feedback. And so in the last video, if you haven't seen it, it's possibly the most boring video on YouTube of all time, but you watch me play live and I explain to you, okay, this is the window and here's what we're gonna do. And we ended up winning a couple of bucks, nothing to write home, nothing special. But the point is that slots are made to take your money. This is a machine, as one of the commenters said, that's designed to put money in the pocket of the casino. So if you can actually even break even, then it's a win. It means because you're fighting against pretty big odds. So I like to test my techniques in the real world against big odds to see if they win. Because, and by the way, I'm not a lucky person. I'm not, anytime I've gone to Vegas or anywhere, I always lose because I haven't, it's just not my dharma. It's not my sort of calling in life to be this, to, I guess, to make money from the slots. And it is for some people, believe it or not, but it's not mine. And so I thought, well, why don't I try to use the technology that I have to optimize my chances? And that's exactly what I'm doing here. So I've paused the screen. I'll come back to this at 4:18. I'll just keep playing it for now. The idea is that we can optimize our times using the tools of both Vedic and Western astrology. And playing with this music in the background here, it's kind of annoying. We can optimize our chances using the tools of Vedic astrology. And so what I did here, what I'm playing for you, this is, I recorded a long session a few days ago, and I'm just now getting around to making a video about it because the window of opportunity here was about 4.5 hours. And you can see it's 11:26 p.m. I've put the window on the time here on the right, so it's easier to see. And it will go through past 2:30 in the morning. So we intrepid astrologers sometimes have to stay up all night to test these techniques. And here I'm aligning one of the techniques, which I'll come back to in a second. So you can see me calibrating this in real time. I've actually sped up the video, so 2x, not to, because you can't get 4 hours of video into a little tiny clip, which I'm doing today. So anyway, I'm doing it today. It's been a few days since I did this, but there was an eclipse and yada, yada. So I'm finally getting around to it. The point is, I want to share with you these techniques because I do this research because it's fun for me. But it's ultimately lonely if you don't share it with the world. And so I'm going to give you 2 techniques today that I've used to win money from the casino. So here we go. The first technique, as I was looking at the chart here earlier, is, and I'm going to show you the chart. This is a Western, using the Western horoscope. Western means the tropical horoscope. and it involves the part of fortune. So the part of fortune is a special point that's calculated by taking the distance from the sun to the moon and then adding that to the ascendant. And now there is a day formula and a night formula, but what we use is only the day formula. Okay, so that's all we're interested in. So let's see, I'm going to try to find that. This is another technique that I'm looking at here. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, just give me a minute because this is oh, here we go. Lost it. So this Windows Media Player is a pain in the butt. I have VLC Media Player, which is way better, but it's playing this background music. So maybe I should get rid of the background music. Okay. So here we go. So here is the chart. And the first technique is aligning the part of fortune with the ruler of the ascendant at the moment. So this is a very time-sensitive technique. So this is the Western horoscope. If you're not familiar with it, the ascendant is here, and this is Pisces. So Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Forget Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, outer planets. This is modern nonsense that's only been around for a few decades. For thousands of years, the traditional rulers of Pisces and Aquarius have been Jupiter and Saturn. And they've worked just fine, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, much better than Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, because Pluto was just discovered in the 1930s. It hasn't even gone around once in the zodiac since it was discovered. Okay, so how do we know what it rules, how it behaves in different signs? We don't. Whereas traditionally, in traditional Vedic and Western astrology, these things have been tested for thousands of years. And, you know, astrologers' lives were on the line if they couldn't predict exactly, you know, how things would go. So anyway, Jupiter rules this sign. I'm getting a little off track here, but a lot of people like to impute meanings on the outer planets that are just too much. Uranus definitely has an impact. Pluto definitely has an impact. I'm not saying they don't have powerful influences, but they don't rule signs. Okay. Anyway, you can maybe debate me on this. I'm open to it. But so Jupiter rules Pisces, and so now what we want to do is we want to align Jupiter with the part of fortune. This is the part of fortune, folks. Let me show it to you again. So this symbol here, the part of fortune, and Jupiter. So what you want to do is find the time when those are conjunct. And it's going to be about a 5-minute window, maybe to 10 minutes, when Jupiter is going to be before and on either side. Now, so that's the first technique. And I found this to work pretty well. And that's what I'm using here, you know, as I'm playing. There are other techniques, of course. And one of those others is, I'll show you here in a little bit. But while I'm on this, it's worth mentioning that, let's see. So here we go. So here, check this out. So here we've done it again. Now, let's see. No, we haven't done it again. Never mind. Here something else is happening, but I can't go into that at the moment. And now I'm taking the chart forward to see when the part of fortune is going to conjunct Mars. In this case, boom, right there. And you see, and I stop it right there. Mars, the ruler of the ascendant, conjoins the part of fortune around 1:52 a.m. So this is my next lucky time. I'm already planning it, you can see. live. You see this? This is Mars. So if we could pause this on your screen, I'm just going to play. Mars and part of fortune aligned. So that's the next lucky time that I'm going to look for. And so, so this brings me to the point that there are small windows, like this 5-10 minute window with the part of fortune conjunct the ruler of the ascendant. And there are bigger windows. And like Russian nesting dolls, what you want to do is you want to find the small window, and you want to see if it fits into a larger window that is also profitable. And the more windows that you create, the more layers, the more success you will have. And that even includes the layer of, hey, is this a good year for me? Is this a good month for me? Is this a good week for me? Meaning you also have to look at your chart. So all of what I'm doing here does fall within the context of your chart. So in a sense, you can say that, you know, your chart is the big picture here, you know, and then the lucky time is the smaller windows. But if you don't have in your chart a good period, then what's likely to happen, and this has happened to me, you're going to miss your lucky time, or something's going to happen and you're going to just do something wrong. It's not that the lucky times don't work, they work, but for whatever reason, they won't work for you. And that's why it's best to align, and that's when people win big. So here, my goal in playing this is to win this jackpot, which is $200,000. Now, you know, full disclosure, on this day, I did not win the jackpot, but we still made a nice profit. But that's my goal. However, to achieve that kind of goal, all of your lucky times have to be aligned. And it's not enough just to have the part of fortune with the ruler of the ascendant. Okay, you get it? It has to be a lot of things that come into play. And I teach these some of these methods in my Winning with Vedic Astrology class. I will be giving videos, free videos, to the students of that class because they've already paid for it. And part of their tuition is that when I discover anything new, I will add it into their bundle. If you want to be part of that class, email me, simon@spirittype.com. If you just want the lucky times, email me and maybe we can figure something out. I'm not making this available as at least as far as I'm concerned now, like as a public thing, except for what we're doing here. So, all right, so I've been playing here for a while. I'm up a little bit, nothing dramatic. But the point is, I'm playing it's a 4-hour window. That's a pretty big window. So I'm trying to figure out what are the best smaller windows within it. So let's see, I could kind of fast forward here probably a little bit and show you the second technique that I'm using to also align. I can't show you all of them, not because I'm being secretive, but because some of them require a lot of explanation, probably about 2 hours of setup. That's more than we have here. But the very simple ones I'm going to share with you. So why don't I just kind of fast forward here. Let's see, we're about 15 minutes. $156, very nice. So now our total's going up. We're up to about 300. Let's go. Let's just keep going forward here. So the next so notice that I'm looking at the Vedic chart here as well. There are things in the Vedic, particularly in the Navamsha, that are very important. So let's see, now I'm back to playing this other game. Sometimes one game gets boring, you know, so you want to switch it out. So it's 1239. I want to see if I want to show the chart, because I want to show you the technique that I'm using. So the first technique is the ruler of the ascending conjunct the part of fortune. The second technique is when the ruler of the 8th house. Now, why the 8th house? The 8th house is other people's money. And so here's one of the secrets. When you go out to try to do anything, that will bring you success or money, you're wanting the other person's money to come to you. And so what you want then is the ruler of that 8th house to come to you. And so the second technique is you get the ruler of the 8th house in the 1st house, but right under the 1st house cusp. So I'll show you what that looks like. Here we go. No. So in this case, the ruler, okay. Well, anyhow, so it'll come up as it's playing here. Let's go to, now, it looks like I'm winning a lot here. It's the thing is, though, when you play during times that aren't optimal, like I think right now for the next between up to about 150, it's not great. You lose, and I lose, and it's not a joke. Like, if you play during times that aren't great, you will lose your money. And so, believe me, I've tried this. And I've, lost within 5 minutes, lose $100. It goes fast. And you actually, I do this here, and I'm trying to see at which point, because I don't remember. But basically, my total comes down from 300 down to about $100, and then I go, okay, wait a minute. Let's so you can see it going down now. And then the lucky time kicks in again. So now I'm down to $127 here. You can see. So you have to be ready to lose a little bit to win a little bit, or at least I am, because I'm testing these things. You guys don't have to, because you will be reaping the fruits of this knowledge, hopefully. Okay, now see that chart there? See this chart here? Here, the ruler of the ascendant, Mars, is exactly conjunct the part of fortune at 154, and now it's 154. So things should start to turn around now, okay? That's one of the things I was looking for. But also, there's something else that's coming up that I'm looking for. So let's see. I'm going to play the video, and I'm down to about $120 here. You can see 119. Nothing's happening. 117. Okay. Still playing. Still playing. Hey, there we go. We got a bonus there. So right on time. It's 1:55 a.m. You see that down here on the bottom right? And that's the time when the ruler of the ascendant conjoined the part of fortune. I mean, this stuff is predictable. Boom, $50. Nice. $2, we'll take it. There it is, 156 is the time. All right, so we want a total of $70. Hey, we'll take it, right? So we keep playing. So that was the ruler of the ascendant conjunct the part of fortune. The ruler of the 8th house conjunct the 1st house cusp is also powerful, but it should be inside the 1st house, not on top of it in the 12th house. There's a reason for that. That's the other technique. So Anyway, so now it's moving forward. So the ruler of the 8th house, being the other person's money, coming to you is a good sign. Whether you're doing a business deal, whether you're doing casino, whatever it is. But again, these all have to fit within the larger context. What is the larger context? Is this a good day for you? And I teach that using the Vedic astrology chart. That's the best way to see, is this a good day for you? Boom, $250. You see how we hit that? Nice. $25, just like that. To see whether this is a boom, $50. Whether this is a good day for you or a good week for you, and so on. So these lucky times work within that context. Hey, this is pretty good here. Boom. We're up to $400, something like that. Nice. And this is real money. You'll see me take it out of my account here in a second, because the other part of this is, boom, another $50. That you don't want to be an inveterate gambler. Boom, there's $500 we got. Okay. So I think in a little bit here, I'm going to go and actually take some of this out, because this is funding our research, and it's also helping to fund some charities. See, we're still winning. So while you're winning, you want to keep it rolling until you're not winning anymore. So part of this also funds some charities, and that's the last portion of what we're doing, which is for this good luck and grace to continue to flow into your life. You want to bring good luck and grace to others as well. However you do that, through community service, and not just your family, right? Every animal takes care of its own. That's the basest animal instinct. Taking care of your family or your dog or your cat, that's not enough. You want to take care of those who aren't you, genetically speaking. That's a human instinct. The animal instinct is to take care of yours. The human instinct is to take care of everyone. That's the divine instinct. So that's how we propagate and keep the luck moving forward. Believe me, guys, I know many, many miserable gamblers who have a lot of money. But they're miserable. Don't be miserable. And the way to not be miserable is to give your time, your energy, your money to those who cannot, who don't have those same opportunities. So right here, okay, so you see this is my total here. Just want to walk you, full disclosure, walk you through everything I'm doing. I got 683. I started losing. You notice I was over 700, started losing. I said, okay, my time is done. It's 2:04 a.m. I'm going to take some money out. Actually, my time is not done, but I still want to, my time is good for another 45 minutes. So I'm going to take some cash out here. And in the interest of preserving my my information, I cut out, some of that. Let's see. No, I'm still playing here. I thought about it. I thought about withdrawing, but I thought, no, let me keep playing, because I'm still in my window, still in my lucky window. And that's using one of those more complicated techniques that I was saying that helps you determine, when, oh, boom, I hit another jackpot here, apparently. I don't even remember this. Okay, well, let's keep going forward. Okay, that wasn't anything big. I just want to, let's keep going forward. Okay, here we go. No. Okay, now we're over 700. Yeah, so there we go. So now I'm going to take out 697. I'm going to take out $500 and send it to my account. And fast forward this. You don't need to see my digital pin. Okay, you didn't see anything, but let's just fast forward here. And now you can see, boom, I'm down to 177 because I took out 500. Okay, but I'm still playing because the window is still good. But that's just to sort of, all right, confirm. And so I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to build this up again. Again, the window is everything. And as soon as the window is done, you stop. So let me just fast forward here. Boom, boom. So basically, to summarize, the two techniques are the ruler of the ascendant with the part of fortune and there's another nice win, $100. The ruler of the eighth in the first house. Now, you can also use the ruler of the second house conjunct the part of fortune. See, aren't you glad you stayed till the end of this? The ruler of the second house conjunct the part of fortune also gives, but a little bit less. It's not quite as reliable. So here we're building it back up, won another $120. Basically keep playing until it's, so now we're at $330. So remember, it's 179. We built it back up, we're up to 330. So we're up, good $600 here for the day. So like I said, we didn't win the jackpot, but we came home with a good sum, and we're going to donate part of that sum to a good cause. So let me just fast forward here. You don't have to watch all this because it's 2:40 in the morning. I'm still playing. I think the window is about to end though. And so here we go. This is one of my one of my favorite charities, which is medicalrelief.in. This is Dr. K.S. Charak, who is a surgeon, but also a top Vedic astrologer. And he's devoted his life to healing and helping people. It's called the Sanjeevani Foundation, but if you go to medicalrelief.in, that's the website. And you can just click donate, and that'll do it. So if you donate a little bit, there's another site which I also recommend called Shantipuri Foundation. This is it, which helps give schooling to children. And so, boom, there. So you can make a donation. It can be anonymous or not. You can make it tax deductible or not. It's up to you. And then they send you a nice receipt. So here, I make a little, boom, there we go. So that's that. And then make a little donation to Dr. Charak's charity as well. And there's Shantipuri. And there you go. So anyway, my point in saying this is to keep the grace flowing. Help grace to flow into the lives of others, whether it's with money that you win, because this is also a way, I call it from, something like a gambling is tainted, let's be honest, because it's attached to the desires of everyone. Everyone wants that money. And so it's got a lot of strings attached to it. So I call this spiritual money laundering. Give it to a good cause. So, all right. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this was useful to you. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. If you want the full, there's 11 techniques total. If you want all of them, I've shared 2 with you today. Shoot me an email. I'll probably make a video on them, or maybe about 4 or 5 videos, because like I said, one of them will take 2 hours of explanation. And I can send you those probably for some donation. So shoot me an email, simon@spirittype.com, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.